Reynolds. Ann is actually over there on the scrambled eggs that you'll be tasting in a few minutes. Kathy Sykes is actually making plates right now for the honorees. And Sandra Rock, you'll get to see her this afternoon. And we have 2 men that will be participating this afternoon as well. So we thank you committee members once again. Thank you. Blend. And this is a wonderful opportunity to present the Perfect Blend to all of you. We welcome you to our first annual Legendary Women's Mentoring Program. Your presence here tells me that you recognize legends, current and future. We are pleased to have our honorees, our legendary women with us here today. They are has been growing in my spirit for several years. After viewing the Oprah Winfrey Legendary Ball, I was challenged to move forward with the vision of bringing it to fruition. As I perceive the ideas of honoring legendary women of our greater New Haven and mentoring youth, it was obvious that it would be the perfect blend. Thus the name of our umbrella organization. Our goal is to make a viable connection between women who have paved the way and young people who have been drawing the path to success. We trust that you will enjoy and be enlightened as you share in the activities planned for today. Please take full advantages of networking opportunities and the wisdom and the experience of these legendary women. Again, thank you for joining us for the first annual Legendary Brunch. Thank you again. Brenda? Good morning. Thank you very much. I am going to introduce Lisa Monroe, who is a writer and a publisher of Quarterly Magazine, Devotion. It's a journal of cultural and Christian perspectives. Her feature writing has appeared in numerous newspapers and magazines, including the Crisis Magazine, the Hartford Current, New Haven Register, NHA News, and Oberlin Alumni Magazine. Lisa is a lifelong advocate for reading and academic excellence. Lisa is a chairperson of the Greater New Haven NAACP Education Committee. While committed to holding government accountable, she believes that family and community have the greatest potential to ensure the academic success of our children. Lisa holds a Master of Liberal Arts degree in English from Johns Hopkins University, a BA in English from Towson University. In addition, she has studied at Oberlin College and Quinnipiac University. Lisa is an adjunct instructor in the English department of Southern Connecticut State University in New Haven, and she is currently reading a biography of a pioneering educator, Mary Flower Blue. I'd like for us to all give a warm welcome, and it's a pleasure to have Lisa Monroe. She's I know we're about to enjoy. Can we give another round of applause? The essence of us leaders and educators. Many of us know them and have been inspired by them. Some of you will meet them for the first time today, but we're delighted with the morning program. We're going to begin by setting the tone with a poem reading by Rhonda Lucky. The poem was written by Brookfield Green. With a little bit of call and response. And so, you guys, I love that you're smiling already, because as we talk to these wonderful women on the panel, we want to smile, and here's your response. I'm going to say, legendary women, and you're going to say, take your place, our legendary women. You guys ready? Yes. Okay.
We're starting with our call and response. Legendary women, take your place, our legendary women. Your creation is a testament to God's greatness, endowing you with integrity, honor, beauty, and grace. From your spirit flows the course of life. Your womb is where history began, bred from the depth of our people, African. Legendary women, take your place, our legendary women. You embarked on a journey unimaginable to most. The fire in your spirit laid low the ocean of foes that would deny us our freedom and humanity. You trampled the opposition which said you were out of place. You sat down to stand up so justice and right could prevail. You survived, overcame, and liberated our souls, our minds, and our hearts. Legendary women, take your place, our legendary women. Oh, my sisters, the struggles you have faced. Oh, my sisters, the storms you have faced. Oh, my sisters, how you have overcome. Legendary women, take your place, our legendary women. Extraordinarily giving and sacrificing for our good. Generous beyond measure, you understood as you nourished our bodies and nurtured our minds. You taught us how to dream dreams beyond expectations. Excellence is your only measure, always modeling the way. We were lifted to success on the wings of your prayers, leaving the naysayers to wonder and question the mystery. Legendary women, take your place, our legendary women. You hold the heritage of our future, devoted to our people, all people. You turn your hearts inside out, showing love, ardent and tender. When we were wrong, you set the path straight, gently guided in no uncertain terms. Legendary women, take your place, our legendary women. Regal are you, mother, sister, wife, advisor, friend, confidant, teacher, counselor. You are our everything. Legendary women, take your place, our legendary women. How wonderful of God to share such jewels. Pearls of wisdom flowing from your lips, rubies rich in colorful stories of life, emeralds passionate in the pursuit of your purpose, sapphires brilliant in your thoughts of motherhood, diamonds clear and shining eternally for all of us to see. Legendary women, take your place, our legendary women. You show your presence everywhere, in politics or the pulpit, the bedroom or the boardroom, the kitchen or the kingdom, the woodhouse or the White House, on the road or in the air. Legendary women, you are there. Legendary women, take your place, our legendary women. Up from the host of Africa's sea, you come in every hue, mahogany, chocolate, vanilla, and caramel too. Oh, that African pride is shining through. You are beautiful, strong, and proud, part of God's awesome plan. Look at you, the golden women of motherhood. Legendary women, take your place, our legendary women. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Robin, for that very inspired reading, and we certainly take pride in you and expect from her just what you did to root us in our traditions. Thank you for putting us in our call and response mode, which is as old as our African heritage. And in fact, I will abbreviate my comments today as I've asked some of the panel because we started a little late, but I do want to say at least one thing, that the event that we are participating in this morning really is an exchange. And it may seem easy to you that you will sit and receive and hear the wonderful stories you're about to hear. However, as I tell my students, your purpose is to listen actively, because it is your responsibility to take in what you've heard, to make a connection in your own life or to understand how you can share that with someone else. The poet Lucille Clifton usually says it best when she says that we've always, as a community, loved one another. We've always encouraged one another. We are to pass it on. And so what you hear today, you are to pass on. So let us begin. Our first presenter is known to many of you. The term community service is another way of saying Jackie Bracey.
Amen.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm going to follow my notes pretty close because I think it's important when we talk about why we do what we do. And so I'm going to start with, I'm flattered and honored to be considered a legend. I usually think of legends as being old people. Well, ladies, here we are. One time when I stood before an audience several years ago, and I was asked to speak. You know, we're always proud of our mothers. So I had my mother with me. And when they introduced me, my mother looked around and said to me, "Who are they talking about?" And so that tells you a little bit about who I am and why I do what I do. My mother always thought it was very important for us to know that while we were important, we weren't any more important than anybody else. And she also told us that leadership is not a privilege, it's a responsibility. It's something that we all must do and we all should do. So the first question I asked myself was, how did I become a leader? Because I don't think of myself as a leader. I think of myself as a responsible, God-fearing Christian woman. And so I think of myself then in a better term, a term that I like to say, I'm a servant leader, because leadership means to serve. And if you want to be a leader, then you have to know that it's your responsibility to serve. Service to others, not only to yourself. It means that I follow the pattern of Christ. I want to think of myself as caring, understanding, imaginative, motivated person. I like to think that what I do it because I'm supposed to. Every one of us has leadership within us. You're a leader if you're willing to stand up for what you believe in. You have to be able to face the music, and sometimes you don't like it. Because, anyway. You have to have a purpose, and only you can define that purpose. And so once you decide what that purpose is, then you have a responsibility to follow it and to see that it happens. Maya Angelou said, carry on. It's not easy, but it is what we have to do. And we only have to remember that we don't have to do it alone. We have to make sure that we include others. Do you have a vision? Do you have a purpose? Is your purpose about you? Is it about power? If it is, then you're going up the wrong track. Can you listen? And after you listen, do you hear? Or do you just go what you have to say is important? Ralph Waldo Emerson said, the reward of a thing well done is to have done it. So do you do it? Recognition, and certainly I'm honored to be recognized, is nice, but it's only the icing on the cake. It's not right. Enjoy it though, because one thing God does want us to do is we have to know how to receive. We can't only give. We steal the blessing from somebody else when we don't allow them to thank us. And so enjoy the recognition. As I look out into this audience, what do I see? I see change. I see talent. I see strength. And most importantly, I see us, the ladies that stand before you. You too represent us. If we have been an inspiration to you, if we are today going to become an inspiration to you, then I challenge you not to rest on your laurels, but to look around at the many programs, the issues, the concerns, and the problems in our community and in our world. And I ask you to ask yourself, which area will I choose to pursue? Maya also said, you may not think you can break, climb anywhere. You may not think you'll be heard, speak anywhere. Difficulty is a far cry from impossible. And the distance between the two is hope. And my final words to you is a poem. It's in my briefcase. And it comes from one of my inspirational books. It doesn't have an author's name, but the prayer is right now. Let me do what lies clearly at me this very minute. Grant me the insight to see that too much planning for the future removes me from the present moment. And this is the only existence, the only calling I have been given right now to do what is necessary, nothing more, nothing less. Lord, may I use this next moment wisely. Thank you.
And the wisdom to look back on her experience and share those important words, especially, and I'll just paraphrase, that the reward of doing good is doing good, and that's something we can use as direction. Our next presenter is Carol Brown, West Haven. And Carol Brown is, among many other things, a supreme social and political activist. She is the founder of the West Haven Black History Coalition, and does a number of things in the community. You probably all know her, but I know we're in for a treat with her remarks. Carol?
Morning.
And I wish it was the West Haven Black History Coalition. We are not even history in West Haven as far as we're concerned. I'd like to thank The Perfect Blend for including me in your list of legendary women for many of the women that are sitting on the stage this morning are women I have known for many, many years, and women that I have admired for many, many years. Now, I've been, Mrs. Gracie talks about people being old when you say like this. Well, I've been 39 for 20 years. My oldest son is 45, and when he turned 43, he said, Mom, you need to reach 50 because now I'm past you. Being a leader in the community, in any community that I live in, I need to, number one, thank God for giving me the health and the strength to do the things that I do. But I was fortunate enough to marry a wonderful husband. 48 years, Teddy Brown stood by me and allowed me to do the things that I do in the community. And my leadership actually started in the crib. When all those babies thought they would all cry at a different time, I said, oh, no, no, no. We're all going to cry together, so they'll never know who the troublemaker is. It was when my mom, and she was mommy, died at the age of 36, and I was 6 years of age. And she decided that I would go and live with my aunt in Washington, D.C. It was then that I had to understand that although I had lost my mom, and I wasn't with my dad, I was with my aunt, that I was going to be somebody, and that aunt, when people talk about the aunts and the grandmothers in your life, that aunt said, you are going to be somebody. You need to be positive about life, and yes, your mom is dead, but life goes on. My grades were not too good. I was in first grade. My grades were not too good from September to January, but by the time February came, I had developed a good attitude, good attendance, and excellent grades. And I had mentors in the church, in my community, and good, solid teachers. Like some of these folks here, good teachers, good administrators. My mom said, my father remarried a woman with 5 kids. I'm just a little girl that had no sisters and brothers, used to get everything I want. Used to being pampered, and it's all about me. Not that things have changed. It was all about me, but I had these brothers and sisters that taught me how to share. And in this family where my mom did work, domestic work, and my father was a truck driver. Oh, people think that I came from those families where everybody had a little money. You know how you judge a book by its cover? I don't judge a book by its cover. I don't have any money, I'm poor. I was told that everything that we had, and we lived in a house, and we did have 2 cars, and I did dress well, but everything that I had, I was taught to share. You have it today, you may not have it tomorrow. And then, some 30 years later on a blind date, I met this great guy who had to understand that in my life, I give. I believe in giving and sharing, because that's what I was taught to do. We didn't have a lot, it just looked that way. Because every little thing that we had, we shared. I was a leader in church. I was a leader in the community. I was a leader in my school. How do you become an activist? When things weren't right in school, the kids always Carol, take care of it. If the potatoes had lumps in it, Carol, go to the cafeteria, take care of it. If we were not being treated fairly as a race of students, as African Americans, Carol, take care of it. Well, Carol grew up trying to help and take care and right the wrongs that are happening within our community. I had no idea that when I moved to Connecticut, coming from Texas, moving to Seattle, where I experienced a lot of racism in Texas because you went through doors that said color. And in Seattle, Washington, I had to learn to mix with Asians and Jews, Hungarians, But I moved to Connecticut, and I had a whole different experience. You learn how to be a leader here. They make you learn to be a leader. You know who you are. So to be a community activist, it cannot be about me. Everything I do is for the people. Every step I take, I always have the people in mind. And if there are young people in this audience this morning, and you are going to reach out and touch the lives of those people that you serve, you must not put self first. None of the things that I do ever entails, well, what can I get out of it? A community activist works for you. And if they don't work for you, they're not, your interests are supposed to be number one. If they're not working for you, you can very easily set a community activist down. However, you have to do the same thing with political leaders. It's all about you. And I am happy to be able to say that in the town that I live in, and I honestly believe it's the toughest city in the state to try to be a leader in, because there are always obstacles in your way. As a community and political activist, I have to be strong. So young people, if you're going to be out in the community, you're going to address the needs of those less fortunate, you need to believe in what you're doing. You need to make the people first. I can't say it enough. And I've always used the motto in my life, one that I live in my home, in my church, in community, and on my job before I retired. In unity, there is strength. Together we stand, divided we fall. I applaud the legend, the perfect blend, for selecting me to be amongst these giants. And I hope we will all continue to live up to the expectations of being a legend. Thank you.